10 seconds. That was how long it had taken Igowa to assess the battle on the bay. Before he had even realized it, his hands had moved on the wheel, steering his gunpowder supply schooner towards the enemy flagship. 10 hours. That was how long they had told him he had floated unconsciously on the wreckage of his ship. 10 hours before a rescue boat had found him. A rescue boat for the wrong side. The hate in the Navyman's eyes had been all the proof of his victory he would need. 10 years. That was how long Igowa had languished in an imperial prison. Of his wife, he had been able to learn nothing. Kurishima had won its independence after all, he had learned at least. Small enough reward for his legendary victory that day, in what had become known as the Battle of Lights. It was whispered that Igowa's ship had lit nearly every imperial ship aflame in its explosion. Kurishima Bay had shined so brightly, they claimed the night had appeared day. Now, at last, the order had come. Some new trade agreement had strengthened the tenuous truce between Kurishima and the Empire. And as a show of goodwill, both sides would release all surviving prisoners on the anniversary of the fated battle. As a forgotten man, the hero of the Battle of Lights would now go home. But to what sort of home? The land would certainly be much changed, and who was left to remember him? Such were the thoughts that raced through Igowa's troubled mind as Kurishima came at last into view through the evening haze. As Igowa's skiff came to shore, he spied a group of villagers launching lanterns into the night sky. It seemed this new festival of lights had already begun. A captain approached. "You are one of the military prisoners being returned for the festival? Good. I'm a man short tonight. Follow me. We need to light all the shore beacons to signal the Navy all is well. The first fire is the signal that the rural lands are safe. The sheepfolds, the farmlands, and the liveries," the captain explained. Kurishima Temple is one of the newest and finest buildings on the island, the captain said. Many faithful attributed the explosions of the Battle of Lights to divine fire. Donations and offerings flooded into the monastery's coffers. From the narrow bridge, Igowa had a perfect view of Kurishima Falls, still as terrible and beautiful as he always remembered. This is the West Town. We can take a quick tour of the area to make sure it's safe before lighting the second beacon, the captain decided. Let's head back down the mountain. Further up, the gates are locked. The only thing past this point is the crazy old widow. Some say she's a witch, and the captain shivered as he said it. The second beacon fires signals to all that the inlet coasts, as well as the Temple Island and the West Town are safe, the captain noted. It's rare that we poor soldiers can afford the fee to enter the gardens in front of the governor's mansion, but while we're on patrol, we are free to enter to make sure they are secure, the captain said with a wink. We're now entering Midtown. We should head down to the ports and light the third beacon. The governor rebuilt the gun forts after the Battle of Lights. The third beacon signals all is well in these forts and the port they protect. We can look around the city center if you wish before lighting the last two beacons. The fourth beacon signals that the long northern peninsula is secure for the night, as well as Kurishima Castle, the great fortress which defied 1,000 Imperial siege ships. The captain beamed with pride. Ah, the palace itself! An image of the splendor of our beloved land, the captain exclaimed, offering a salute. The final beacon signals that the north coast is secure, as well as the mountain passes. Well, my man, our work is done. I will head down to town to join the festival. Care to join me? I think I'll head up the mountain, Igowa replied quietly. Suit yourself. Like I say, only the crazy widow up there. Igowa nervously stepped inside. A slender graying woman stood in the hall. My lord, she said with something close to a smile. You have been missed. My wife, Igowa said, his throat suddenly hoarse. It's been a long road. I came as soon as I could. Little more was said that night, but as Igowa took his wife into his arms, he found himself unendingly grateful. In a city that had forgotten his service, here, at least, on Kurishima's snowy peak, was one light kept lit just for him.